there's just some things in this world that's like unexplainable. Hey guys, boy do I have a story time for you. As you can tell, this is my very first like sit down video. My channel, normally I post vlogs, and the reason why today's a sit down video is, well, I went to San Antonio with my family. You know, I vlogged everything. There was a lot of footage. Unfortunately, it all got deleted and corrupt. So all those videos are gone, all the ones on my camera at least, and I'm very sad about it. Is that painting crooked? No, I think I'm just crooked. No, it's definitely the angle. I promise that that is not crooked. It's just the angle in which I'm at. It makes it look crooked, but when we put it up, we leveled it and everything, so sorry about that. So guys, I'm going to tell a story time about my whole trip, but mostly, you know, as you can read and tell by the title, there were some things that we encountered that were just off. We did stay at a hotel that happened to be haunted. Let's get into it. First and foremost, sorry if I look a little bit off. I had a long day today. To start off, let me set the scene. I went to San Antonio with my mom, my stepdad, and then my brother. We went there for a work trip for them. They had court, so, you know, they invited me to go on a trip because they decided to make a little trip out of it. I went with them, and you know, it was fun. We stayed at this hotel called the Drury Plaza Hotel. There's multiple Druries in that area. My mom stayed at the other one last time, so this time we stayed at this Plaza one. To start off, you know, everything was so cool. We went to the hotel. It looked super cool because it used to be a bank. So like when we were exploring around the hotel, Vinny and I ran into so many like weird but cool things. There were like gigantic safes and like these like big lock thingies. You could tell it used to be a bank, and especially in the lobby, so where the concierge people are, like the cashiers, you could tell that the glass around it, like it used to be where like the bank tellers used to stand behind, and there's even like a little door thingy that people use, you know, to put money or whatever the heck they did. So it was so cool. It was really big. The lobby was huge. It gave me very like 1920s vibe. I felt like I was in like Gatsby, you know, like everything was gold. The decor is pretty cool. In some areas you can tell it's renovated. Some parts looks like it was Roman architecture, but then other parts is like, I don't know, there's just like a mix of different things. The hotel rooms, on the other hand, they're a little bit more dated. So we checked in, all was good. They gave us a room number. Here's the first weird thing that happened. We went up to the room, took all our bags, walked into the room, all of us, and then we noticed that like there's like 3 or 4 trash cans like all stacked up in one corner. And then once you look into the rooms, there's like a room and like a living room area. In the bedroom, the beds were made perfectly. There was a sheet on there that says, oh, beds freshly made, whatever. But every single drawer in that room, like every single drawer, the one next to the beds, the one like under the TV, everything, it was like wide open, like all the way open. So we were like, oh, maybe someone was in the middle of cleaning and they forgot, or like something happened, or someone messed with the room. So we thought it was odd. Like I said, every drawer was open. Then all the curtains, so okay, so if someone were to be vacuuming in that room, there's no reason to move the curtains because they droop down, and then like you can vacuum into it or like around it. Like there's no reason to like really move it. But they were like, every curtain was like, so that, you know, they're down like this. Well, there was like a ledge thingy, you know, where the window is. It was like messed up, and it was like kind of propped up on the ledge, so it looked like someone had really messed with it. And then so on top of that, the microwave plate was like left out in a weird place. The futon, so that was in the living room area, that was like out, but there was like no sheets on it really. And then like there were just weird things going on. It looked weird, like it looked like someone had messed with the room, or like I said, like someone was in the middle of cleaning. We didn't know, so we're like, what the you know, what the heck. So we called down, told them, and then they gave us a new room. And then we went up to the new room, no problems, everything was perfect the way it was supposed to be. So we're like, okay, whatever, maybe, like I said, maybe someone never finished cleaning, maybe someone messed with the room, who cares. Well, we got a new room, Like no complaints there. We went on with our day. You know, we ate. So this hotel, there's lots of hotels that offer breakfast, but this one offers both breakfast and dinner. So, you know, we enjoyed that. They gave us free drinks. It was really nice. I liked it. I enjoyed my time there. And then in the evening, my mom, Vinny, and I went to go explore. So we walked around the Riverwalk. This was at nighttime though, actually. There wasn't many people out. It was just like us, and then we would occasionally run into people, and then it was kind of like empty, except at a certain point a concert had ended, so then we started seeing more people. Yes, I did take a lot of clips. Yes, it got deleted, so there's that. So they have a rooftop pool and like jacuzzis, and it was really pretty. I think I might have clips of that on my phone, so I'll add those in so you guys can see. But we had fun with that. So after we went to mixing up my stuff, but we did go to the pool, and I believe this was before the Riverwalk, but that's not really a big deal. So you know, we enjoyed the hotel. It was fun. After everything was over, we went back to our room, you know, and then we showered, whatever. So then while I was like sitting on the bed with my mom, I was like editing my, you know, YouTube videos. She started to say something that creeped me out. She was like, hey V, what if that room earlier that we got that was all messed up, what if it was a ghost? And I was like, oh hell no, like stop it right now. Like please don't say that, because San Antonio is actually a really haunted city. You know, it used to be like a war zone, very haunted. You know, they have ghost tours everywhere. It's a very normal thing. Like people know that, you know, and it's cool. Like I've had a ghost encounter before, which I will get into later as well, but it's known. So that's why I was like, no, please don't tell me that, because it's gonna creep me out. I won't be able to sleep. So then my mom, this crazy woman, decides to start looking into it. She starts searching it up, and like at first she even tried to scare me. She's like, oh my god, and then it made me like scream, and then like, you know, I got really freaked out, but she was joking. Then she for real started looking into it, and there's like, you know, like she finds like one link, and she's like, oh my god, like haunted hotels in San Antonio. And she's like, holy shit V, like I see like the Drury Plaza Hotel on here. And I was like, what? No way. And I thought it was just an ad. So supposedly there's Drury Hotel, because there's two of them, so Drury Hotels ghost tour. So I was like, okay, that's weird, because why would they have ghost tours if it's, you know what I mean, like it has to be haunted or something, right? I start getting freaked out, but then, you know, she keeps looking into it. So then she goes like, she finds like link after link after link. And I want to say not all, like there's a few that it wasn't on, but almost every single link that we found, it says like, oh, most haunted hotels in San Antonio, most haunted hotels in Texas, haunted hotels San Antonio, whatever. Almost every single list that we saw had the Drury Plaza Hotel. And it really creeped us out at this point. We're like, oh my god, we're staying at a haunted hotel. That was probably like, you know, some scary thing that happened earlier. I looked more into it. We both just laid there, and at this point I was invested. So we both looked into it, and I laid there looking at Yelp reviews, and people, there were like 2 reviews that I saw that where they like encountered something. It said something like, oh, you can hear things through the walls, and like it's creepy and this and that. So I was like freaked out. After that, you know, I went to sleep. Surprisingly, I was able to sleep. The rest of the night, supposedly my mom and Vinny could not sleep, and Vinny wasn't scared. He said he doesn't give a frick. Like if it was haunted, if someone's watching him, he doesn't care. For some odd reason, he was not able to sleep that night, and my mom wasn't either. Like they were tossing and turning all night long, so we thought it was, you know, weird. So there's some things that you don't want to believe, but then at the same time, like things happen and it just makes you wonder, you know? So then the next day, Vinny and Keith had court, and then my mom and we checked out of the hotel, but we also waited for them. We had breakfast, checked out, waited for them. When we were checking out of the hotel, I went with my mom, and we like nudged each other, but I ended up asking. So I asked like the lady, I was like, hey, we were looking up things to do in San Antonio, so like I have a question. She's like, what's up? And I was like, okay, I see that there's lots of ghost tours here, and I see that, you know, this hotel is on like a bunch of the lists that we saw. Like, is it true? Like, is it haunted? She did not even hesitate. She was like, oh yeah, there are many people who have seen things, heard things, experienced things. She personally has never experienced anything, but she said people have. So you know what I mean? Like she wasn't denying it at all. I was like, okay, like this place is definitely haunted. Like that's creepy. I totally forgot to mention, but another really weird thing that happened was like at one point my mom and I were in the hotel together. We were going downstairs, so we had to take the elevator, and we went out and called the elevator. So this elevator on the very corner opens up, and mind you, there's like 6 elevators. So the elevator opened up, and then in there was that like you know, that trolley thing that holds luggages, you know, the bellboys use it. Well, there was one in there, absolutely no one in there. So my mom and I were like, that's a little weird, because normally, you know, you leave that in the hallway or you leave it downstairs, but to leave it in the elevator empty, kind of weird. We felt uncomfortable with, you know, going into that elevator, so we were like, okay, just let it close, let it leave, and then we'll call another one. We did this, and we, you know, we waited a hot minute. We kept hearing all the elevators move up and down, like it was busy. You know, it was a busy time of day. People were calling the elevators left and right. Every single time we went to call the elevator again, that same one would open up empty with that thingy, and it was just kind of creepy. I also vlogged it. Obviously those clips are gone, but it was so weird. So my mom and I felt kind of freaked out, so we're like, oh my god. And we did this at least 4 times, and it kept happening. I was like, oh my god, like we gotta wait longer. And we waited longer and longer and longer, and it did it again. And then we were like, okay, like what is going on? Like creepy. At one point I think we just waited longer, I guess, and then finally like another elevator opened up. But that was weird. Like it's these small little weird things that happen to us at the hotel. It made us creeped out, especially after reading that it's like haunted, you know. We went on with our day. After all that, Vinny and Keith finished at court, and then we all went to, the whole reason why I even went to San Antonio was because I wanted to go to the wildlife ranch. It's this safari where you can drive through and feed animals like straight from your car, and I thought it was the coolest thing. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. So, you know, I was so excited for this day. We went to the safari. It was so fun. Like literally animals were walking up to our car, our windows. We would feed them straight from the car. They were so friendly. There were ostriches. There were even rhinos, but you know, those were like caged off. The cheetahs and the rhinos were caged off. Everything else free. And they came up, we fed them. Thank God. Like, yes, all the clips that I got on my camera got deleted from all of that, but I did take some clips on my phone. So I'll add those clips in here so you guys can see, like, you know, how it was. It was so much fun. I highly recommend it. I don't remember the price. I believe it's like 30 bucks a person, and then each bag of food is like around $5. So it's like a drive-through, and it's, I don't know how long it is, but the whole thing total was like at least a few hours, I want to say. So you drive through, you know, you feed the animals, you see them. I got to pet them, I touched them. It was so fun. Then afterwards they had a walk through type deal, so we got to see more animals, and these animals were actually caged off though, like they're in their own area. There were monkeys, there were lemurs, there were giraffes. The giraffes were so cute, and supposedly there were wallabies too, but I didn't get to see that. There's like a restaurant in there. We were going to eat there, but we ended up not. Oh, they sell homemade fudge there, so we got every flavor and we tried it out. It tasted more like frosting, like the texture, and it was just super sweet, but it was pretty good. And our experience was just so great. Like, me and Vinny really enjoyed it. You know, we are grown adults now, but that day we were like back in our childhood. I swear I felt like I was like a 6-year-old, like going to the zoo for the first time. We were so happy. It was a fun experience. I highly recommend it. Great for all ages. My brother and I enjoyed it so much. My mom had so much fun. Keith had so much fun. We all thoroughly enjoyed it. Also, sorry if the camera quality sucks right now. My camera keeps overheating. It won't let me film in 4K, which is really pissing me off, but whatever. After San Antonio, after the safari, we went back to Houston. Everything was fine. And then my brother and I went to go pick up this new DJ board where, you know, where we upgraded. Cool. Then I didn't pick up the camera for like a good few days probably, and then after that, you know, there was a day where we decided to cook some pho, Eric and I. So then I picked up the camera that day, filmed. Everything was normal at first. Okay, let me tell you something first. This camera that I'm using right now is brand spanking new. I did not buy it used. I did not buy it whatever. Like, it was brand new when I bought it. I bought it just in, I want to say May. So it's brand new. There should be no issues with it. But all of a sudden that night when I was filming for pho, there was one point where, like, I think I got to film like a clip or two, and then like all of a sudden, boom, this happened where like my camera froze. It just bugged out, and then so I couldn't even turn it off because it stopped, the screen stopped working. It was really weird. And then so my brother was like, okay, take the battery out. So I did. Tried it a few times, didn't really work, so I took the SIM, took the battery out, whatever. After that, it worked again. So I was like, okay, that was odd. And everything was still normal though. All my stuff was still on there. You know, it tells you in the top corner like how many photos you have left in your SD card that's available, how much footage, like time is left. And it was the same, like it kept going down. It was like the same amount. I had like, after the trip, I had like less than 20 minutes left on this camera. And then, so then I filmed all of that night pho. After that day, there was like a day or two more that I filmed. Everything was fine. A few days went by, then I decided, I was like, okay, it's time for me to import all this footage onto my iPad. So I went and I did that. When I did, this is what I found. Every video from that pho night, still there, completely fine. But every single video from my San Antonio trip got deleted. Every video, the freaking hotels, everything. And I was like, okay, like I was so sad at first. I was so sad. I was like, oh my God, like those are so many memories. I was just like shocked. I didn't know how to get it back. I downloaded so many softwares trying to get it back. Nothing worked. When it did, like when I was able to recover some stuff, everything was like a black video. Like it was all corrupt. There was just no way to fix it. I tried, didn't work. And I was super, super bummed about this. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, what are the odds of this happening, right? And it's just like that trip. Everything after it, I still have, which is really freaking odd. And like, yeah, mind you, like it could be my fault, whatever. But at the same time, there's just some things in this world that's like unexplainable. Like, what if this all happened because, you know, the ghost or whatever from San Antonio just didn't want me seeing the footage, didn't, whatever, right? And then they're like, boom, footage gone. Because this stuff has happened. I feel like I've seen it before where people like film and they're able to film something freaking weird or like freaking unexplainable, and then the next second the footage is all gone. You don't want to believe it, but these things make you believe it, you know? It's like so creepy, unexplainable, like crazy. Yeah, like I was like, you know what, like this might be it. Maybe the ghost just doesn't want me to see it, maybe whatever. Because like I said, all the videos after that I still have. All of San Antonio gone. And I just thought it was so odd. You know, I told my family, they also think it's very odd. I mean, I came to terms with it. I'm like, whatever. Obviously, it didn't work out. I don't know, it's so weird. And like, San Antonio just creeps me out now. It's not the first time I've encountered something weird. Last time I went to San Antonio, crazy shit happened. We did the whole tour. Hop on, hop off bus tour thingies, and then we went to the Alamo. We went to Riverwalk. We did the little like Riverwalk like boat rides. Everything. We did the whole shebang. On the tours, they told us about these haunted like hotels and haunted tours. So we passed one. After the tour, we decided to go in. There's this hotel called the Manger Hotel. Very well known for being haunted, and it's creepy. And then at some point, like, you know, supposedly, we didn't know this, but we went in there because we need to go to the bathroom. And I did not know that this bathroom, especially now that when I go back, that bathroom is blocked off. But anyways, so my mom and I went to the bathroom. I had my GoPro with me. At that time, I didn't have, you know, a filming camera yet to like vlog and stuff. Ooh, I don't even want to tell it. It like creeps me out. We went to the bathroom, saw these ladies. This one lady was like wearing like a red like thing over her head. I saw beads and like skirt and stuff. And she was just like leaning against the stall, like staring at us. And I was like, that's weird. Went on with our day. On the car ride back from San Antonio, my mom and I were looking up history about that hotel, and like, I'm just gonna make a long story short. They described some spirits that people see at that hotel. Come to find out, they described down to the T of exactly what we saw. That lady, what she was wearing, they described her whole life story. It was freaking creepy. And I explained this in my vlog when I vlogged in San Antonio this trip. That all got deleted, like I've been saying. So like, I'm just retelling it now. It's just creepy, okay? Like, I don't want to get into it too much. It's freaking creepy. Like, they described it down to the T. And when I read that thing, like years ago when it all happened, I like threw my phone and screamed because I was so creeped out. My mom, like, I scared her, and this was on our way back. So my brother was like driving, and she freaked out. She threw the phone back at me. We were just screaming. Poor Vinny, bless his heart, because that was pretty dangerous. You know, you don't want to do that to someone who's driving. But crazy thing. So, you know, this trip reminded me of that as well, and it's just, it was crazy. We had a fun time. I'm just really bummed that all the footage was lost, but hey, at least I had this opportunity to give y'all a story time. Scared now. I don't know if I want to go back. I really wonder what, like, why all this happened. Like, what are the odds of my camera just bugging out when it's like a brand new camera? It's never done that before. It bugged out. Now all that footage is gone. I just think there's something about that really weirds me out, and it creeps me out, and it like gives me the chills. But I don't claim any negative energy. I ask God to protect me, you know, like I'm not trying to mess with anybody or anything. So I want that to be known. But yeah, this is my story time of us staying in a haunted hotel, our experience at the safari. I would do the safari again. The hotel, I don't know so much. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story time. We'll see if I do more of these in the future. I enjoyed it, I had fun, so we'll see. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. There's more vlogs coming up, so you know, that should be exciting. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Get high, I don't need no stress, I put that shit to the side. Foreign whip is fully electric, that's my choice to ride. Pedal to the metal, we go skirt.